Oh man. Alright, so my fucking phone did the stupid let me know the stupid update thing and I gotta start over. Uh what this did for me as far as walking around with somebody or having somebody that was willing to walk around with me. It like changed my whole thing because now I'm not thinking about like just whatever I'm thinking about. I'm just oh hey, we're a group. Someone might come jump us or fuck with us. So like I'm more aware of like of different surroundings. I'm like trying to hold myself better because like how I walk reflects upon them. You know, I'm trying to like I'm actually in a sort of group, even though it's a group of two, right? And that is fucking weird. Like we went to his neighbor's house, and then I actually like I could tell I wasn't really wanted, but I was tolerated, which that's something to work with. And it was like group dynamics, right? Like we're like you just become more like I was better at trying to get my posture going. I could just be fucking like if like I'm reading by myself, you know, my posture can go to shit, and then it can stay like that, and it's like oh, I gotta fucking work it out. You know what I mean? But if you're around people, there's a feedback loop. It it just helps you as a fucking person. Whereas you're cut off from that because you want to wear a dress and you're a dude. It it fucks you up. But then it also makes you stronger too. So I'm trying. I need to like reach out different fucking people, at least strategically. And there's some people that like. There's some people online I really fucking respect, at least as far as that I want to comment on. But I gotta use my tranny wiles, I guess, as far as. And by wiles I mean like not in the happy whatever like I mean strategic, realizing that if I just go commenting blah 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 and I don't like see what the person is about, they could just be like, oh, you're one of those, get the fuck out of here. So I really gotta think about like, okay, how am I gonna address this? Because like folks like me aren't liked, and according to even like more research, like there's a lot of research for stereotypes sticking. Like I haven't looked into essentialism because there's a book about it or something like that. Hamza mentioned, and so I looked it up, and I looked up like some other science behind it and stuff, like from Plato, which didn't have nothing to do with the book, but it confirms people's stereotypes and whatnot. And then when I was looking up the schemata, I was reading that if someone, if a trend is set, right, let's say 99% of people like me do the fucking, okay, they invade women's spaces. I don't invade women's spaces, but they do. And then I go and talk to a group that I can really relate to, but they don't like people like me because they invade women's spaces. And I'm like, hey, I don't do this, yada, yada, yada. With the schemata thing, it's not going to fit in their perception of what they know. And so it's more likely that they're not going to remember me. Like I might stand out for that, but it's not gonna, like they might read it and just pass over it. Like what the fuck? No, like that can't be true. And then, or another thing that they looked at is if a well-dressed businessman pulls a knife out on a homeless man, witnesses around are more likely to remember You know, you just give it some time. And it's like, who pulled the knife on who? They'll associate with what is logical, which is that the vagrant pulled the knife out on the businessman. So it's a really fucked situation, but I guess I'm adapted. And I'm not adapted, but I'm adapted. I just gotta deal with it.